What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I'm SwipaCam, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the logo. We are on the way to 10K. Y'all, I just got done watching the Denver Nuggets wax the Detroit Pistons on April 6, 2021 to a final score of 134 to 119. And boy, oh boy, is that Nuggets offense cooking. Now, before we get started, we already know that this is going to be a different kind of game for the Denver Nuggets. Jeremy Grant comes back into the house. Mason Plumlee comes back into the house. Once again, Jeremy Grant had an offer sheet from the Denver Nuggets for 3 years, $60 million at $20 million a year. He turned it down to go to the Detroit Pistons. And again, the reason why he did it was not only to expand his offensive opportunity, but also to play for the only black GM and black head coach combo in the NBA, which I have mad respect for. We should have respect for that. He played a good game tonight. Jeremy Grant tonight in 30 minutes had 29 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He was still a minus 12. Our boy Mason Plumlee only had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists, 2 of 3 from the field, and he was also a minus 12. So, man, welcome back, Western Conference Finals, folks. But look, the Denver Nuggets have gotten bigger. They've gotten stronger. They've gotten more athletic, and they've gotten better. Jamal Murray was out tonight, but it didn't mean much. Jamal Murray got a chance to rest while Nikola Jokic, the MVP of the NBA, was allowed to go off. Will Barton went off. Michael Porter Jr., the steal of the 2018 NBA draft, went off. Nikola Jokic, in only 27 minutes of action tonight, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 13 of 16 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal, only 1 turnover. And Nikola Jokic was a +9 tonight. Jokic in 27 minutes had 27, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds, basically putting up his yearly averages, but just flipping it on the rebounds and the assists. Jokic in the last 2 basketball games has 27 assists in the last 2 basketball games. Jokic, this is his highest scoring output since Aaron Gordon came to the team, because they have been absolutely diming all year. By the way, Altitude Sports and Entertainment put out a graphic tonight to show the free throw disparity between Joel Embiid, Trae Young, and Nikola Jokic. All 5 MVP candidates that they had, from Embiid, Harden, LeBron, Giannis. Embiid is number 1 in free throw rate per game. Nikola Jokic, who is the best center in the NBA, he's in the paint just as much as Embiid is. Nikola Jokic is 36 in the NBA. 36 in the NBA. That means there are 35 other players in the NBA who get more free throws per game than Nikola Jokic, the best player, most outstanding player in the NBA, the leading MVP candidate in the NBA in the 2020-2021 season. 35 other players, but Jokic is still putting up 27, 11, and 8 on 13 of 16 shots. It just goes to show you. It just goes to show you how special Jokic has been this season. It just goes to show you how special he has been with carrying the Denver Nuggets this season. He has a higher win share than anybody in the NBA by far. A higher win share by far. A higher box plus minus by far. He's shattering the PER record from the ESPN database right now. Nikola Jokic has been the unquestionable MVP of the season, but that's just my take. You come to this channel, you're going to hear truth. I believe in advanced data. I believe in what my eyes have been telling me, that Jokic has been the most dominant player in the NBA this year. But a lot of folks are just now giving the nod to Jokic in the MVP race because, you know, LeBron James has been out, because Joel Embiid has been out. But, man, he's putting it on his back. The Denver Nuggets are now solidified in the 4th seed. Now solidified in the 4th seed, and they're a half a game behind the Clippers right now. They're a half a game behind the Clippers. If the Clippers lose and the Denver Nuggets beat the Spurs, the Denver Nuggets would now be the 3rd seed. They will have climbed from like 11-11 start, a 12-11 start this season, to now being where they are at 32-18. You take out the first 5 games of the year, which Michael Green was out, where they were just a wasteland on defense. You take out those 5 games, and the Denver Nuggets are 31-14 ever since the start of the season. And that will be solidified in the number 3 position. So what we've been seeing from the Nuggets as of late, y'all, I didn't even bring this up. In the last 18 games, y'all, the Denver Nuggets are 15-3. Y'all, check it. You can even go back and look at my Twitter. I told Ryan Blackburn. I told folks on the web. I told them on Twitter. I told a lot of these folks that following the game that the Denver Nuggets were going to have some kind of streak, like an 18-2 streak sometime this season. And right now they're 15-3 with more wins to come. They got the Spurs back-to-back, and they play against the Boston Celtics, and all of those are winnable games. Will they win all 3 of them? Who knows? But right now, Jokic is starting off the week right with a big W against a team they should have mollywopped, and they did it. They handled their business. And, y'all, we got to continue to shout out Michael Porter Jr., man. Michael Porter Jr., 4 of the last 5 games, has had 20 points. Michael Porter Jr. tonight, 25 points in 29 minutes. He played in the 4th quarter. He didn't have to, but he did. 25 points and 7 rebounds. 11 of 16 shooting. 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. And he was also tonight, a plus 11, which is second highest on the team. A plus 11 and second highest on the team. Michael Porter Jr. hit like a 32-foot 3-pointer pull-up today, and it was nuts. Again, it just goes to show you, man, if you watch Michael Porter Jr. play in the mid-range fadeaways, get into the basket, fast break dunks, 3-pointers, Michael Porter Jr. is on a crazy streak right now. A crazy streak. In March, he averaged 20 points per game on 70% true shooting, and he's off to an even better start this month, in the month of April. So he's taken, again, I've said this repeatedly, I'm going to keep saying it, Michael Porter Jr. plays with Zion Williamson level efficiency from the perimeter. Zion Williamson level efficiency from the perimeter. He's special, and he's playing the best basketball of his career. He's adding a dimension to the Denver Nuggets that teams just can't account for. So even when Jamal Murray is out the game, resting an injury, Michael Porter Jr. can still give you 25 and 7. And y'all, again, y'all, by the way, y'all didn't catch this. ESPN put out the top 25 players under 25, projecting potential who will be the top players in the NBA. They had the audacity to have Jamal Murray at 13 and Michael Porter Jr. at 14. They had people like LaMelo Ball, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ahead of him. They had Devin Booker ahead of him. They even had Donovan Mitchell all the way at 4th. So here's my thing. You can have Donovan Mitchell up there, but you're going to tell me that you're not even going to have Jamal Murray in the same vicinity as Donovan Mitchell? Why? Because he ain't averaging 25 points per game? Jamal Murray is not the main scorer for the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray has willfully decided, to be the secondary option on the Denver Nuggets. Think about this, y'all. We have never had to worry about Jamal Murray being overly ball dominant. Now, again, has he had to learn not to dribble too much at times? Sure. Maybe not taking difficult shots all the time? Sure. But you don't really complain about that. Think about it. Jamal Murray averaged 20 points per game as a freshman at Kentucky. He's the first player ever in Kentucky history to do that as a freshman. He comes to the NBA, and he plays with Nikola Jokic. He plays with Gary Harris, and you never hear any stories about Jamal Murray complaining about not getting enough touches. Never. You never hear Jamal Murray complaining about his role on the team. He had to learn. The first couple of years, Jamal Murray had to learn how to play basketball, man. That's what happens when you a rook. Second year averaged 16 points per game, then averaged 18, then 18. This year averaging 21 and a half. But Jamal Murray has taken a seat to be the secondary option. But again, he's a first option still some nights. In the playoffs, he's still a first option because you need 2 first options in the playoffs, and he proved it. Jamal Murray last year in the playoffs put 26.5 points per game and 6 assists a game and 4 rebounds a game on 45% shooting from the 3-point line and 50% from the field and 90+% from the free throw line. In the playoffs, in 19 games, and you going to sit here and tell me The dude went to the Western Conference Finals. He gave it to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, gave it to LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and gave it to Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Beat Donovan Mitchell in the series, outplayed him games 5, or really games 4 through 7, outplayed him. You're going to tell me that he's a number 13th ranked player, 25 and under, when he has a better playoff resume than everybody ahead of him, including Luka, including Zion, and especially LaMelo Ball, who started 21 games this year? Y'all going to disrespect Jamal Murray like that? And then Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr., again, this is projecting the best players 25 and under. Michael Porter Jr. is 22 years old. He's shooting at an efficiency never before seen in the NBA by a player 6'10 and taller. Never. He's shooting 45% from three-pointer this year, basically. We've never had a player put up those numbers on age 22. We have never had the shooting efficiencies for an age 22 player ever, let alone 6'10", let alone get into the basket, let alone learn how to play defense. But y'all got the audacity to tell me that MPJ is 14th? Y'all, come to this channel for truth. Michael Porter Jr., I will say it again and again, has top 10 player in the NBA potential, not 5 years down the line, 3 to 2 years down the line, because that's how good he is. If you watch Michael Porter Jr. play, you know the only thing that's ever held him back was his health. Had Michael Porter Jr. not gotten hurt, he still might have been the first overall pick in the NBA draft in 2018, because he was better than DeAndre Ayton in high school. He was better than Trae Young in high school. He was better than all of them in high school. The only person that was debatable was Luka Doncic, but even Luka still went third because Luka wasn't playing in America. Had he been healthy, he would have been the number 1 overall pick. And y'all got the audacity to put these folks in front of him like that when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the main option. Booker is the main option, and Booker ain't never won nothing until Chris Paul got there, until they got a squad around him. Jamal Murray has been to the playoffs twice. Second round the first year in age 21 season, and then third round in the Western Conference Finals in his age 22 season. This is his age 23 season. And he's looking to win an NBA Finals. And y'all got the audacity to disrespect that man. His numbers are on par with what Steph Curry was doing during his age 23 season. Got to disrespect that man like that. I know the NBA don't like the Denver Nuggets, man, but let's get real, man. Anyway, I'm back off of that. 25 and 7. Will Barton, man, maybe his top 3 game of the year. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 16 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, a game high plus 19 because Will Barton is like that. That's why Will Barton starts. I know folks don't like watching him play sometimes, but Will Barton is 6'5", 6'6". He will get to the rack. He'll create. Again, man, 24, 6, and 4. This ain't new. When Will Barton was healthy last year, last January or January before that, last January of 2020, before he got hurt, he carried the team. He carried the team before he got hurt. Dude was averaging like 17, 6, and 5 on efficiency. He was playing lockdown defense. Y'all remember in the start of the 2019 season, Raptor on 538 had Will Barton as a top 10 player. Because he was playing that well. But then he got hurt. Again, y'all, I get Will Barton can over dribble. I get he can overshoot sometimes. But you know what? Will Barton puts up buckets. And this is the most important thing, you all. Jokic doesn't complain about him. Jamal Murray doesn't complain about him. Michael Porter Jr. doesn't complain about him. Why? His teammates love him. His teammates want what he offers. They want his brand of basketball. He spreads the court out in ways that makes them unguardable. I didn't even get to Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon tonight had 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in 23 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He was a +9. Aaron Gordon had a good game. He played good defense on Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant went off, man, but Aaron Gordon locked him up when he was locked up on him. He locked him up when he was locked up on him. Monte Morris started tonight, 23 points, 10 points, 23 minutes, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 8 from the field, 0-1 from the three-point line, a +2. Facu Campazzo had a good game. PJ Dozier had a good game. JaMychal Green had a good game. Paul Millsap had a good game. Paul Millsap, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. JaMychal Green, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Facu Campazzo, 6 points and 5 assists, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line with a steal and only 1 turnover. PJ Dozier was a +9. Facu was a +8. JaMychal Green was a +10. Paul Millsap was a +7. They played a good game, man. They played a good game. They won. They're 15-3 in their last 18. And then today, we have a back-to-back against San Antonio Spurs. Then Friday, we play against the Spurs again. We have 3 more home games this week. 3 more winnable games. Let's get some more wins, y'all. Y'all, let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know. Leave a comment. Share it. Distribute this, y'all. We got another video dropping that's going to be crazy, y'all. Swipe a gang. I appreciate y'all. We out. Let's go Nuggets. I'll see y'all soon.